Look at his little smiley face. Hi, Smiley Man. Good morning. You do not come steal the pets. No, no, share. You have to share my love. Fine, I will let you out, and then I will come in and I will just pet you. Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Let's talk about what I just did. Let's talk about yesterday real quick. Yesterday, middle child birthday. Went, had an amazing lunch that took up 5 hours of my day, so y'all didn't get a video. There are more important things in life. I appreciate your patience. I really, really do. And thank you. Hi. Can I show the people your eye? No, I can't because you're a weenie. Correct. So, she's back to wormy again. She didn't eat last night. She barely ate this morning. Got a bunch of goat milk in her. I left her out. Because she was just standing over here, and I brought her food over here with her. I like to thoroughly explain things. I'm sorry. She's the first one in the morning now that gets up on the stand. I leave her out. I feed her. I feed everybody else. Magic hands. And then I usually put her in one of the stalls or outside. She likes to just go outside. And then I milk the girls. So she's the first one up. So she had food left, like almost completely a full bowl. She ate all of the calf manna and a little bit of, well, most of the Kalmbach, but she left all the alfalfa and the sunflower seeds. So I did another eye check on her. She's wormy again. Now you guys have to understand the amount of deworming that I've done on this goat, to the point where I just brought out the big guns, and I do not like using the big gun. The big gun is a dewormer called Prohibit. It is, I'm gonna butcher the name, levamisole hydrochloride, and it will basically take out anything and everything that is a worm. Worms are about to have a bad day. I don't like using Prohibit because it is and can be dangerous. You have to get the dose perfect. I'm not going to say the dose. I'm not going to give you the dose, because that is definitely something you should research on your own, and or talk to your vet and have them give you the dose, or take your goat to the vet and have them give you the dose. We have used Prohibit for about 4 years. And I've probably used it 3 times in those 4 years. It is... I'm to the point with her, either that's going to do it or I don't know what we're going to do, because she just cannot beat these worms. And I do believe it's a combination of whatever she has going on, plus worm load on top of that, which is why she's losing weight. She's not eating. She's anemic. What the worms do typically, outside of like lungworms, your standard issue goat worms attach themselves to the intestinal lining somewhere, and they just drink blood. And when the worm load gets really high, that's when you start seeing the anemia, or the light pink to white eyelid color, because they don't have enough blood in their body. I don't like using it. I'm at a point where I felt it was necessary. I'm telling you, I don't know how to tell you more that I don't like using Prohibit. Some people use it all the time. It scares me, and I'm in the right place that I'm scared to overuse it, which is good, because then I won't overuse it and I won't kill a goat by using it. It's my understanding is Prohibit alone, if overdosed, could just kill the goat. So that's why I just very cautiously and very rarely use it. It's the drug of last resort, and it should get the job done. So hit her with that dose. We're going to wait and watch. She hasn't lost any more weight, but I can tell you, if she doesn't eat more, it's going to be a problem. So, hi, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Happy Pants. P Snow is doing well. Good morning. Come for your pets. I'm going to push your brother away because he's a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy. Let me pet your brother. I know he's not your brother, but he is. Little smiley face. Look at your little smiley face. You got fuzz on your ear. Boop. We are down at 21 degrees. Feels like, I think it was like 7 or 8 degrees. So I'm going to leave the doors closed today. Here's why. Do I think there's going to be a problem? Absolutely not. With the last couple weeks being excessively warm, and I'm talking like 50 degrees or near 50 every single day, the girls have actually started shedding their undercoat. I can never get you a good shot of an undercoat, but it's this very, here's a piece of undercoat right there. This covers their entire body under their fur. And it is literally like, excuse me, sir. I'm not focusing on you today. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No. He's like, you will do it. This covers their entire body under their fur, and it's literally like cotton candy or just spun cotton. Keeps them very, very warm. They have started losing that, and that makes me nervous. If they've dropped too much undercoat and we snap back into these super cold few days, we're going to be cold for a few days now. And then the other problem is we're going to jump right back up to 50 on Monday, possibly tomorrow. The weather is constantly changing. It's been we've had this storm front come through, which I'm sure a lot of you have dealt with, and the temperatures have just been all over the place. They can't nail down how fast it was coming in. The storm moved pretty quickly. We ended up with about 4 inches of snow. And he just like, did you need me? Did you need me? I'm available for video shoots if you need me. You're such a weenie. Okay. So that's Streusel. That's where we are. Look. This is the most fofo that I have seen this goat ever. The last month or so, she has just been on. She's putting everybody on beat down. You're not eating out of this dish, even though there's nothing in the dish. She's gone after everybody. Cookie has literally gone after everyone. Especially Puddin' and Muffin. The only one she's not gone after is Sugar Pie. She's got Sprinkles whipped now. Sprinkles just stands down. Puddin' and Muffin don't like to go in the stall with her. Sugar Pie's the only one that just strolls in there because she's a beast. I see you lost and decided to eat around the other corner where there's nothing in the bins. They already ate. They're going to fight over empty dishes because there might be some alfalfa powder left in the bottom of one of the bins. You guys are dorks. Hi, sweet little angel face. Okay, so where are we? Somebody asked me a question last night, so I kind of want to get into this, what to expect when expecting. I am not a professional. I just have some goats and we breed them. So you can take my information and throw it out the window, or you can listen to it if you want. Here's what I know. The question was, my goat is bagging up, or she's dropping milk, meaning that her udder is extending. When will she give birth? Okay, that is the age-old question. Every time I go to Facebook, it's like this. The spring Facebook goat pages are going to be full of images of goat butts. This is what my goat's udder looks like. When is she going to give birth? You guys know my favorite saying ever is, well, okay, I'm not sure if it's, will this knock over or because goats. If they can, they will. But one of my favorite ones ever is Know Your Goats. And it is there, in my opinion, it's very difficult. I would never use a goat udder to determine when a goat is going to kid. Know your breed date or know your breed date range. Go to ADGA. They have a birth calculator in there. You can actually put in Nigerian dwarf, because some people will say that it's 140 to 150 days because the small breeds kid faster. Some people say 145 to 155. That's standard issue goat across the board. I feel like we're always in that 145 to 155 day range. So that's number one. Number two, use a birth calculator for a small breed goat and know your breeding date or your breeding date range. Those are going to be your two biggest indicators. Number three, for me, as you guys know, the reason I don't use udder, Gummy has been putting on udder. Stop. Sorry, I had to stand up because I was crouching down. I was trying to show Gummy's udder bump. So she has been putting on udder. Look at that little cute little udder. For 2 weeks. Now, there's a difference between getting an udder bump and a full blown out udder. This thing is going to rupture any second. The only time I would look at a goat and think she's going to kid soon based on udder size is if she goes from this today to hanging down to her knees tomorrow, it's probably going to be very soon. The tried and true, and every goat YouTube channel we watch uses the same technique, are ligaments. Somebody give me ligaments. Somebody who's not going to run away. The thorough bones are right here. If you go back down right beside the tail, there are two ligaments right here that basically hold everything together in the back and work the tail. These feel about, now this varies, but on Sprinkles, they're about the size of a pencil and they're very firm. I don't know if I can even, that's it right there. There's one on either side. They're very, very firm. They feel like pencils, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to start establishing a baseline with your goat that's getting close. So Gummy, we know, is going to be, she's not going to let me do it. She's coming in the next few weeks. She should be having babies in the next few weeks. She's not going to let me do it. I can't do it. I can't hold her and do it. And I don't want to. I don't want to stress her out. So you're going to establish a baseline. You're going to feel your goat's ligaments today and tonight and tomorrow morning and tomorrow night and the next morning and the next night. So you have a solid understanding of how tight they are now and whether or not they're loosening up. Those ligaments have to soften almost completely to nothing. You're going to feel them. They're going to be there. They're going to be like pencils. And then they're going to start feeling a little spongy. And then they're going to start feeling a little bit like rubber bands. Some goats, they'll actually thin. Some of them, they just get super duper stretchy. So she might start out with what feels like a pencil. Thank you, Momo. Thanks. And she might end up at what feels like a piece of spaghetti thinness. But what you're feeling for is flexibility, mushiness. They're getting soft, they're loosening up. And a lot of times you'll get one of them will start softening and then the other one will stay real firm. And then I've had a couple goats a couple times that I thought they were softening. You come in the next day and they're firm again. So it was just a mental game. That's why baseline, baseline, baseline. Feel today, feel tomorrow, feel tonight. Just keep feeling those ligaments. Establish what's normal. And then when you do that, you will really understand. The first time you do it, it might be challenging, but it's going to click in your brain. Oh, those feel completely weird and different compared to yesterday. They're soft, they're stretchy. And when those ligaments are completely gone, like when you can't feel them anymore, not when you think you can't feel them, you got to really pay attention. But when you can't feel them anymore, you're probably within 24 hours of kidding. 5 minutes, bro. Can I have 5 minutes? He's like, you already had 5 minutes. I need my pets. Okay, so you're going to use length of pregnancy, 145 to 155 days. You're going to use ligaments. You can use udder, and you can watch it, and you can put that in the overall calculation, but I would never rely on that. We've had girls, especially first freshers, when you have no idea. We've had girls that had no udder, and within 24 hours, they were full udder, ready to burst. We have girls like Gummy, who's apparently going to develop udder for the next 3 weeks. And she's already been developing udder for 2 weeks. So that's where know your goats comes in. Just watch them every day. And at the end of the day, are you getting a weird split beard? What's happening with your beard? Oh no, some of it's curled under. Sorry. Oh, I didn't want to talk to you anyway, you weenie. The other thing is you're going to notice behavioral changes. And this is why it's important to know your goat, because no two goats are the same, generally speaking. Genji, where you at, my Genji? Genji is very, okay, I'm going to use the word dramatic with Genji, which is the biggest oxymoron ever. Because you guys know Genji on a regular basis. She's literally the Eeyore of goats. When she gets close to kidding, this freaking goat will go lay on the ground. You can go back to last year prior to her kidding, giant Chuck Norris, and watch some of her videos. I come over here, she's laid out by the door, kicking and screaming, fussing, rolling over on her side. I thought she's either dying or she's kidding now. And she just does this laying on the ground, rolling around thing, and it's 100% out of character for her. Nobody else in the entire barn does that. Some goats will separate themselves off from the herd. Some goats will get... You be nice to him. He just wants to provide a service to you that he thinks you need. Cookie always gets this really gross... When she's blowing coat, it always comes off her head first, and she looks mangy on her neck and her back right here. That's the perfect undercoat. Normally, you wouldn't see that because it's under, but she's blowing it. I didn't want to pet you anyway. You and I are done almost. You know what? Fine. Bye, Felicia. But anyway, every goat's going to act different. Some of them separate themselves. We had one goat one time that just wandered completely out in the field, and she kidded out by the tree out there. That doesn't normally happen. That's the only time it's ever happened, I believe. Might have been one other time. But some goats will get real super lovey. They'll always want to be around the other girls. They'll start coming. They'll be a marlin, basically. Mar. And they'll want all your attention all the time. A lot of them, when they get close, they'll do circles and lay down. They'll stand up, do circles, lay down. They'll paw at the ground a lot. They can't get their little bed that they're making to just be comfortable enough. So it's a lot of is just trying to get comfortable, lay in a comfortable position, make the ground more comfortable where they're trying to lay, doing circles. Some of them will stand and just put their head against something and just press on it because the baby's moving around a lot, or they're tired, or they're grumpy, or they're hungry, or they're whatever's going on. It's just very important to know your goat, and every single one of these goats probably does something a little bit different. Tic Tac, you would almost never know she was getting ready to kid. She is just silent. She has kidded 2 times without us here. Like we could sit over here for 7-8 hours and be like, okay, well, maybe we got the timing wrong. Go to the house, come back, she drops babies. One day she wasn't supposed to go until the next day, and we went to town. I think we went to get soap supplies, came back, she had babies on the ground. She does not like kidding with people here. So she'll hold those babies hostage until we walk out of the barn to go to the bathroom or get a drink or get a sandwich, and then boom, 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 baby's out on the ground. You come back over, all the babies are on the ground. It's really important to just know your goats. Ligaments are going to be your best friend. I would pay very little attention to the actual udder. Hi. Hi. Was I talking about you? Thank you. Hello. What are you doing? Are you chasing my toots? Is that why she ran over here for... Marlin. I need to pet other goats. I need to pet other goats. Anyway, I don't know what to do. Help. So I would say at the end of the day, give the udder very little attention unless, and this is a big unless you know the goat, and every time that goat kids, her udder explodes into this massive thing, or she starts putting on udder and then within 24 hours she's kidding. That can be a factor if that happens to that goat all the time, and then you would know that's what's happening. She's getting ready to kid. Last thing I'm going to say, when was she bred, or what range was she bred? I say range because we hand breed. It's called hand breeding. I think I always mix up the terms because I don't care about terms. I care about you guys knowing what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna use words like scours instead of diarrhea or whatever. Pen breeding versus hand breeding. We will take our does, put them in the stall. We'll go get a boy, put him in the stall. We'll watch the action take place. We'll mark that on the calendar. We know that day. H has been within a day. I don't know how many times we've bred goats in the last 5 years, how many goats have had kids on this farm in the last 5 years. But she's usually within a day. A couple of them hold hostage. That's okay. There's a 10-day range, 145 to 155, or 140 to 150. Now, if you put your goat in pen breeding, I believe it's called, is when you put, say, we're going to do it in the spring. We're going to take 4 or 5 girls, put them over here, and we're going to leave them in with Mellow. Now, unless we actually see Mellow do the deed, we're not going to know. We can mark that on. If we see him jump on a girl, take care of business, we'll put that on the calendar. But if we put 5 girls in there and he only breeds 1, and we don't see him ever breed another girl, and then we take them out, we have to assume that 10-day range. We have to assume that within the 10 days the girls spent with him, one of those days he bred them. So now your range is from 145 on the day you put them in to 165, adding those 10 extra days. Okay, so breeding date or breeding range. Biggest for me is ligaments, always feeling. Behavioral changes. Know your goats. Has their behavior changed? How are they acting now? And then I would put very last, udder, unless, again, it's very significant to a specific goat that their udder blows out 24 hours before they kid, then I would add that in there. But outside of that, I try to push this every year, every breeding season, every time before kidding. Udder really means nothing to me. I'm going to watch all the other factors, and we're going to stall them up, and we're going to start watching. That is all. You are cute. You're ever not going to be cute. You look like a playing card face, like a Queen of Hearts or something, or Queen of Diamonds. Got a little diamond on your eyeball. You're always cute. You're just gorgeous. Look at you, Miss Gucci. Miss Gucci. You're cute, but you're going to be ornery. I don't know about you. You're cute, definitely, but you're kind of low-key. I'm not even talking to you. Can I give you pets? You let me pet you yesterday. Now we're gonna not let me. Okay, so you were a little upset with the girls. There's nowhere to go. I'll just follow you around and pet you. Okay, Prezzy's doing well. She's on Prohibit. I gave her B complex as well. That's my spiel on when your goat's gonna have kids. And that is all, and we will see you guys tomorrow.